Did you ever have to protect yourself in prison?
In prison, I mean, it's all about respect and how you treat people and how you carry yourself. And I'm a pretty happy person. I don't go around starting things with people. Sometimes I'll get a little angry and lose my temper a little bit, but I try not to. And I just didn't really find myself in that position with anybody. Maybe one cellmate, I had to grab him by the neck one day because he said something stupid, but that was about it. I didn't get that under control.
Do you remember when you did this menace to society on your neck?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, man, my life is kind of crazy. All I do is sell drugs and do dope, and been to jail a couple times, and I'm pretty much a menace right at this moment in my life. There was a time when I really didn't care if I lived or died, and just using dope was really important. You know, like I was at a friend's house and I knew that his lady had HIV, and I guess he could have too. And they had a needle on their counter, and I just used it. It was filled with dope, right? I just grabbed it and did it, and didn't even think about the consequences of them loading it up if they had used it or not. I just felt like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna get high right now.
Did you get sick when you kicking?
It wasn't too bad for me. It wasn't like you see guys in the movies, like wiggling around on the ground, throwing up out of both ends, and for a week or two. It wasn't like that for me. It was bad. It was uncomfortable. I just didn't have any energy, but I just laid down for a couple days, and it was cold and hot, cold and hot, but it wasn't the worst experience. Well, it was a pretty bad experience, but...
Do you sense a change in your thinking, your clarity?
Well, there's been a complete change in my thinking because I used to be so brainwashed by drugs. I remember there was one time when I was in Hawaii, and I lived right by the beach, and I was caught up in the middle of my addiction, and I told myself, well, what would I do today if I wasn't going to get high? What would I do? Go walk on the beach or something gay like that? And now I think, like, man, a walk on the beach is actually pretty cool, especially when it's taken away from you, like when you go to prison and stuff, and you learn to appreciate little things like that you take just for granted before, or just being able to, you know, go to wherever you want to go eat or do what you want to do when you want to do it. So there's little things that you got to learn to appreciate and not take for granted, and you know, learn to be able to wake up and feel good being sober. That takes time.
What are your natural highs?
Well, there's still surfing and skating, and you know, just having fun, being around friends and having a good time without drugs.
Do you pray?
Yeah, the first thing I do before I get out of bed is pray, and I pray during the day and I pray at night too.
Are you comfortable now being who you are?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I mean, do you...
there's never been any pressure on me to be someone who I'm not anyway, I don't think. I mean, maybe at one time I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I have this kind of crazy reputation. I might need to do some things to live up to that, but it didn't last very long.
You're going to go and do some sort of a speaking engagement with Christian Asoy and Dennis Martinez in a couple of weeks?
I think we got a good opportunity to help some kids not follow in our footsteps and make the mistakes we made.
Would you mind saying a prayer?
Sure.
You want to?
Yeah. Okay. Well, Father, we just thank you for this time that we got together to reminisce about old times. And we just want to ask that you just be in our lives at all times, Lord, and help us to come to know you more and share you with others. And I just ask that you change our lives and change everyone's lives that comes in contact with us. because they see you working through us, and they can see changes in our lives that you made and want some of those changes in their life. We just thank you for everything you do for us. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.